We begin in Niger State, where gunmen have reportedly kidnapped an undisclosed number of students during an attack on St. Mary's Primary and Secondary School, Papiri. It was learned that the attackers stormed the school, said to be a private Catholic school located in the Angwara local government area of the state on Thursday night. According to reports, the gunmen arrived in large numbers, riding on over 60 motorcycles and accompanied by a van. They were said to have shot the school's gatekeeper, leaving him with serious injuries. Meanwhile, the Niger State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of the students. In a statement issued by the Police Public Relations Officer, SP Wasiu Abiodun, tactical units alongside military components and other security operatives have been deployed to the area. Abiodun stated that the combined security forces were currently conducting intensive search operations across the surrounding forest in an effort to ensure the immediate and safe rescue of the abducted students. Meanwhile, the Niger State government has condemned the abduction of pupils from St. Mary's School in the Papiri area of Agwara local government area, describing the incident as doubly saddening and avoidable. In a statement signed by the Secretary to the state government, Abubakar Usman, the government confirmed that the exact number of abducted pupils has not yet been established. The security agencies are still carrying out assessment and gathering accurate information. The statement revealed that the government had earlier received credible intelligence indicating elevated security threats across parts of Niger North Senatorial District. Acting on these reports, the state government said it directed the suspension of all construction activities and temporary closure of boarding schools within the affected areas as a proactive safety measure. The state government noted that despite this directive, St. Mary's School allegedly reopened and resumed academic activities without notifying or obtaining clearance from the government, a violation which, according to the SSG, exposed pupils and staff to severe risk. Meanwhile, security agencies have since launched a full-scale investigation and intensified search and rescue operations to ensure the safe return of the abducted pupils. In a similar development, the Catholic Diocese of Kotangora has condemned the abduction of pupils, students, and teachers at St. Mary's Catholic Primary and Secondary Schools in Papiri, Angwara local government area of Niger State. It also condemned the fatal shooting of a security worker during the attack. The attack occurred in the early hours of Friday between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. when armed men invaded the school premises. Several pupils, students, and teachers were reportedly taken away, causing widespread fear and distress across the school community. In an official statement signed by the diocesan secretary, Reverend Father Jatau Luka Joseph, the diocese described the incident as shocking and deeply troubling, expressing grave concern for the safety and well-being of the abducted victims. It noted that security agencies were immediately alerted and had since launched coordinated rescue operations aimed at rescuing the victims' safe return. The diocese also reaffirmed its commitment to protecting children under its care and pledged to provide verified updates as more information becomes available. Meanwhile, the Nasarawa State Police Command has dismissed a viral report alleging the abduction of two pupils from St. Peter's Academy in the Rukuba area of the state. The command disclosed these in a statement on Friday signed by the Police Public Relations Officer Ramhan Nansel for the Commissioner of Police Shatima Mohammed. It said a report claiming that kidnappers invaded the school in the Doma local government area and abducted two pupils was false and not reflective of the true state of affairs. The school's proprietor also confirmed the claim was false, stressing that no pupil was abducted. In Kebbi State, Governor Nasser Idris has queried the withdrawal of military personnel from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, shortly before the abduction of students by bandits. Idris raised a concern on Friday in Birnin Kebbi while receiving the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, who paid him a sympathy visit over the incident. He said the situation was unfortunate, especially as the government has received intelligence report on a planned attack and immediately convened a security meeting. The Kebbi governor said the state had demanded a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the withdrawal of soldiers before the girls were kidnapped. Governor Idris, however, noted that both the state and federal governments were working tirelessly to ensure the safe return of the abducted girls. Down south, the Niger State Police Command has reassured residents of Ajebo community in Obafemi Owode local government area that there is no imminent threat of attack following a viral video circulating on social media suggesting that herdsmen were preparing to unleash violence on the host community. Spokesperson of the State Police Command, CSP Omolola Odutola, disclosed these in a statement made available to journalists on Friday. Responding to viral video, the Commissioner of Police, Lanre Ogunlowo, reportedly deployed the command's tactical team led by the Deputy Commissioner of Police to assess the security situation in the area. Odutola said other security agencies that were part of the team visiting the community included the Amotekun Corps, SoSafe Corps, local hunters and vigilante group of Nigeria, as well as the Police Community Relations Committee. Just explains that the operatives discovered that the Fulani settlers in Ajebo are not hostile migrants but long-standing residents living peacefully within the community. Odutola added that the traditional ruler of the community, Oba Ruben Uluwole, who reportedly authorized the allocation of land to the settlers, has been invited for clarification. The Niger State Police Command has arrested a 25-year-old man Friday, Anyikeme, described as a suspected member of a proscribed secessionist group during an early morning intelligence-led operation in the Ihiala local government area of the state. In a statement on Friday, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, said operatives of the Rapid Response Squad, Akuzu, apprehended the suspect and recovered 2 pump-action firearms and 29 live cartridges. Ikenga said the arrest followed heightened security surveillance and raid operations ordered by the Commissioner of Police, CP Ikyoye Urutugu, across the state. He added that the CP, while commending the operatives for their swift and coordinated action, ordered an immediate intensification of security surveillance and target raid operations across the state. In October, the Niger State Police Command arrested another suspected member, an alleged informant of a secessionist group, 62-year-old Bernard Odichefu, who was said to be coordinating a major extortion network in parts of Ihiala local government area. Odichefu was reportedly responsible for collecting illegal levies from traders in Iseke and Orusmoku communities, 10,000 naira and above monthly from each trader, and 100,000 naira and above from families organizing burials. Elsewhere, the Benue State Police Command has arrested 6 children aged between 7 and 9 who were allegedly being trafficked to Anambra State. According to the command spokesperson, DSP Udeme Edit, the children were reportedly taken from Divine Peace and Grace Orphanage in Jos, Plateau State. In a statement released on Friday, Edit said 3 female suspects were arrested in connection with the trafficking. The PPRO stated that the suspect claimed the children were being transported to Anambra State. Edit further disclosed that 2 suspects linked to stolen motorcycles along George Akume Way, Makurdi, who attempted to escape, were lynched by members of the public before the arrival of the police. He added that several stolen items were recovered when officers arrived at the scene. In other news, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the Niger State Strategic Command has arrested no fewer than 230 suspects involved in various drug-related offenses and seized large quantities of illicit substances in the state. The commander of the NDLEA Kano Strategic Command, Abubakar Ahmed, made this known while briefing journalists in Kano on Friday. He said the agency recorded major breakthroughs in the fight against drug abuse and related criminal activities during a 30-day intensive operation across the state. Ahmed explains that the operation was carried out in collaboration with the Nigeria Police Force, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Nigeria Immigration Service, Nigeria Correctional Service, and the Department of State Services under the Kano State's Joint Task Force for Peace Restoration and Youth Rehabilitation, led by Yusuf Mata. According to Ahmed, the month-long non-stop raid focused on notorious drug hubs. To education, the Minister of State for Education, Suwaiba Ahmed, has provided further insights into the decision of federal government to scrap the use of indigenous languages as a mode of teaching and learning in schools. Ahmed said the decision was taken because the policy was not giving the desired results. She, however, stated that the discontinuation was not a reflection of a lack of pride in the indigenous Nigerian cultures, but rather to enable children to fit in by knowing the official language, which is English. The minister also said the ministry has developed a training package for ensuring effective and foundational learning in literacy and numeracy. The Federal Executive Council had in 2022 approved a new national language policy making the various mother tongues compulsory medium of instruction from primary 1 to 6. It said its implementation, though difficult, was necessary to promote the cultivation and use of all Nigerian languages. The National Universities Commission, NUC, has expressed concern over the government's growing misuse, of honorary doctorate degrees by Nigerian universities and unaccredited institutions across the country. The Commission's Executive Secretary, Abdullahi Rabadu, disclosed these on Friday in Abuja while presenting the findings of an investigation into the awards and public misuse of honorary doctorate degrees. Ribadu said the inquiry, which covered 61 institutions and professional bodies, revealed deeply concerning practices, including the disseminate conferment of honorary degrees and even the awarding of fake professorships. The NUC boss warned that recipients of honorary doctorates must not use the title doctor as part of their name, stressing that such titles are reserved for holders of PhDs or medical degrees. He added that honorary degree holders are prohibited from practicing as scholars, supervising research, or overseeing administrative units. Ribadu emphasized that the awarding of honorary degrees is a legal responsibility reserved for Nigerian universities and that the NUC has the mandate to regulate both their award and use. Moving on, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has rejected Thursday's judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, sentencing its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to life imprisonment on 7 terrorism-related charges. In a statement on Friday by its spokesman, Emma Powerful, the group insisted that Kanu committed no offense known to Nigerian law and maintained that his agitation amounted only to self-determination, which it argued is a protected right under international conventions. Powerful faulted the judgment delivered by Justice James Omotosho, accusing the judge of refusing to apply Section 36, subsection 12 of the 1999 Constitution, which stated that a person shall not be convicted of an offense unless it is defined in a written law. He argued that no gun, grenade, GPMG, or explosive and no attack plan was ever found on Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB also argued that insecurity in the southeast escalated while Kanu was in the custody of the Department of State Services, saying incidents recorded during that period could not be attributed to him. Still to come, Vice President Kashim Shettima departs Abuja to represent President Bola Tinubu at the G20 Leaders Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. We'll bring you more on this when we return.
you.